Hello, lovelies. Thanks for coming back. So, I have gone ahead and pulled our tarot cards from I believe it's called the Ethereal Illuminated Tarot deck. Now, here we start off, like I said, or you saw in the original video, we start off with the Storm card. Now, the Storm card is coming back to us because the storm is happening because of this Ten of Swords, right? So here, the storm is saying that there's going to be upheaval, there's going to be emotional, whether external or internal pressure that you can't ignore anymore. The storm is coming, or the storm is here. The Ten of Swords is the moment where something has already gone too far, already ended, already crossed the line, but it needs clearing out. It's almost like the storm is coming in here to provide the energy you need to pull these swords out of your bag, to clean out what no longer serves, to clean out that false ending that you thought you were in. It's not yours anymore. So here, the Ten of Swords is not the storm arriving. The Ten of Swords is what the storm, like I said, is removing. So then as we go through, the storm is saying, it's this is already peaked. You've been in it already. So now we're not repeating it anymore. We're clearing it. We're getting rid of it. We're going to pull these out. But you need a lot of energy to do that. And it's going to come in the form of a storm. It's going to feel like everything is just in upheaval. Then, here we've got moving into the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Here, what's happening is you're transitioning from a reactive energy, right? The Knight of Wands is impulsive. He's restless. He's trying to escape pain through motion, action, passion, or distractions. And this is, in this reading, I can see that in the horse, right? The horse is the one just trying to get away, the rider, which is you, is trying to hold on to things by allowing the distractions and all the things to happen. But what is happening now, once these swords start to get pulled out, 222 on the clock when I say this, is you're going to step into your Queen of Wands. This embodies confidence, grounded fire, a self-trust, and a creative authority. So you don't go from devastation straight into peace. You've got to balance it out now. You've got to undo these habits and allow your knight to realize it's got to step into a more internal feeling situation. Instead of being reactive, we need to be reflective and allow these things to calm us down instead of reacting. So you know how cats get jumpy, right? So here's a time to just settle. We need to settle and realize, how do you feel? You need to follow the right passions and things that light you up that will lead to the future you want to have. No more frantic forward motion. It's to own your power again. And so the storm shakes loose the reactive part so you can reclaim your sovereign part. Now, this moves on to next, if we have the sun. So as we step out of this reactive and a more reflective, we can actually now focus better. The sunflower in our hands came from here. We had to focus the light. We had to shine the light on what we want for our lives, for our expression, for our experience. And the sun here says that the clarity returns, the warmth returns, and joy becomes safe again. It's no longer a forced happiness, it's honest light. The sun appears after the Queen of Wands because once you're back in your body and power, you can actually receive happiness instead of bracing for it to disappear like you were doing in the night, right? The next card that we have coming through, which is beautiful for all this, is the Ace of Swords. Now, this is a mental reset. So a lot of the things here might have been keeping you stuck and that needed to be removed is emotional burdens, baggage from self-limiting beliefs, toxic behaviors, all of that stuff. All of these things are going to clear up. Now, the storm card could also mean relationships, jobs, a move, you have to relocate, things like that. Once you have the sun positioned and shining on the right parts, your mind is going to feel lighter. Everything is going to you're going to have clean thoughts, new truths, right? Decision that cuts clean instead of bleeding out. You can actually hold on to this now And it's going to be your power to hold on to. As your mind clears, once the storm clears, your mind will clear. And this closure that doesn't require answers from anyone else will be revealed, right? You're going to have that sense of clarity, that sense of what is there for you. Now you can name what actually happened and what you no longer are available for. This clarity comes without cruelty. It's boundaries without bitterness. You have to realize, you know what? I needed this to fall apart. I am aware now that, I was settling, I was pinning myself into a situation, whether it's relationship, whether it's beliefs, whether it's job, whether it's location, whatever it was. You have the control of the swords now. You're no longer stuck by them. It's almost like you had, I'm seeing a push pin. I'm seeing someone put a push pin in almost like your a sleeve or something and keeping you stuck. The push pin's gone. Now you have control of where to lead this, right? The last card that we had in this reading was, I'm going to hide it over here, the World card. Now, the World is the real ending, the healed ending. The Ten of Swords looked like an ending, right? It looked like you were in a spot that you had to be in. The 10, it's completion. But that was a false ending. It was, the Ten of Swords looked like it was, but it was that unresolved, traumatic. It was just full of bitterness, full of inconsistency, full of pain. And so now this was the unfinished business. Now that we've gone through all of these other aspects, right? We've allowed our distractions to become something that we can actually concentrate on. We are guiding it better. We're following the passions because we feel fulfilled. We don't feel like we need distracting. And the World card is coming in to say the cycle completes correctly now. The integration happens and you don't carry this into the next chapter. It's not time for this anymore. It's time to release all the things. So the bottom of the decks we've got here, which is, I think, just the epitome of, for the Yule deck, we have gratitude. And here it's a matter of seeing the gratitude in the storm, in this place, in this event that will cause this Ten of Swords to be released and you to step into your sovereign power and passion and creativity. We need to have the gratitude for it. Gratitude for the lesson, gratitude for the strength, gratitude that you don't have to live there anymore. You didn't survive this by hardening. You survived by staying alive inside. Now, the Empress, the self nurturing embodiment, softness after survival, she comes in to say, you know what? We've done it. We've gone through it and we've stepped into our divine feminine. Now, divine feminine is not gender specific. It's just to say that after this experience, whether you're man, woman, doesn't matter how you identify, what happens at the end of this is this release and this stepping into your divine feminine power, the power of coming in, finding that closure, that self fulfilling emotion of nurturing the self, taking care of the self so that you can feed your fire, your passions, your creativity, your fertility, so you can step into this new experience unburdened and allow yourself to be expressed fully as who you are. So this reading is about letting the storm do what it came to do, not fighting it, not clinging to what's already ended. The Ten of Swords shows the pain that has already peaked, right? Where's our Ten of Swords here? And this had to get cleared. The storm helped clear out the way and it didn't create more damage. It cleared out the sword so you can clean up your mind, clear up your thoughts, step away from the distractions and from the Knight to the Queen. Clarity and warmth returns from the Sun, right? Where's the Sun here? Our Sun card. And then the Ace of Swords, just our mind is all cleared up. And our thoughts, we can think clearly moving forward, realizing that our cycles of pain have completed. And now that we are done, we can move through our experience and the end of this year with this divine Empress energy and gratitude in our hearts. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful 12/12 portal, and we'll see you tomorrow.